Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hi everyone. Hello. Hi, good evening. Hello. I'm so happy to see all my talented kids today again. Yes, so very happy to see all the smiling cute faces, and I was so happy to see all of your submissions in the previous class. Yes, so all of you are so talented, so creative, and that's why I have came up with a new class today. So before we just begin with the class, let's wait a few minutes for all your friends to join in. I know you have invited your friends in today's class. Yes, you know that I always ask you to invite your friends, and in today's class we'll wait for a few minutes for all your friends to just join in. Before that, let's wait for them to join in, and then we'll start the class. Okay, so don't worry about anything. We'll discuss everything, all the materials that we need, and how will the class start. Everything will be discussed. Let's wait for a few minutes for all your friends to join in, and then we'll start the fun activity. Okay, awesome. So how are you all doing? Are you all doing good? Are you all taking good care of yourself? Are you all wearing your face mask when you go out? Are you all washing your hands regularly? Yes? Are you taking good care of yourself? Quickly give me a thumbs up if you're doing all of this. The chat section, quickly give me a thumbs up if you're taking good care of yourself. Yes, it's very important in today's time to take good care of ourselves, wear the face mask, wash our hands regularly, because we also want to enjoy the classes on YOLO, right? There's so many fun activities going on YOLO. You have dance, you have English classes, you have paintings, you have art, you have craft, and so much more. Yes, yes, I see all the thumbs ups coming in. All my creative people are ready for today's class. I can see all of your smiling faces also. I'm so happy to see you all again. Okay, I see some of your friends joining in. Yes. So quickly give me a thumbs up again if you have invited your friends in today's class. And if they have joined in, quickly give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if all your friends have joined today's class and are going to have fun together. Yes. Have you invited your friends? Awesome. Okay. So before we just get started with the class, you all know what I asked you all to do, right? I always ask for two things. First, you all have to make your submissions on time. Okay, so as soon as this class is complete and all of your artworks and paintings are complete, you all have to make your submissions on live.yolo.com. You already know the procedure for making your submissions, and we will repeat the procedure again. Don't worry about that, but just make sure that you're making all your submissions on time. I personally have a look at all of your submissions and I see so many talented people over here, and I'm so happy to meet you all again. Okay, so just make sure that you're all making your submissions on time. Second, you all have to invite your friends. I see some of you inviting your friends today, and I'm very happy to see your friends also. So just make sure that you all invite your friends in the next class. Okay. Yes, awesome. So quickly now give me a final thumbs up if you're all ready for today's class. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready for today's class. Yes. Yes. Okay. So I also know that you all are aware what class do we have today. We completed our winter landscape. We did our spring landscape. We also completed our summer beach landscape. That's right. So we have completed 3 seasons. We did all the landscape, and in today's class, we are going to paint a beautiful autumn tree. Okay, so autumn season is today's theme, and we are going to all draw and paint a beautiful autumn tree. So do you know what happens in autumn? You know autumn season? Yes. Do you know autumn season? Yes. So in autumn season, all the leaves get dried up, and that's why all the leaves turn orange, yellow, and red. Normally, the leaves are green in color, but during autumn season, all of those become dry. They turn red, they turn orange, they turn yellow, and they start shedding from the tree. All the leaves are starting to shed from the tree in the autumn season, and that's what we are going to paint today. We are going to paint a very beautiful autumn tree today. Okay, so let's get started with today's class. Just give me a moment, I'll quickly share my screen. Okay, so till then, keep giving me a thumbs up if you're ready for today's class. Okay, giving you 5 seconds. Let's see who gives the thumbs up first. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready for today's class. Till then, I'll quickly share my screen. Okay, I see the thumbs ups coming in. Yes, awesome, very good. Okay, so are you all able to see the screen now? Okay, awesome. So let's get started with today's class now then. So let's first discuss the materials that we need in today's class. So the first material that you need is an A4 size white paper. So this is an A4 size white sheet of paper. I've just taped it down so that it doesn't move, but you can completely skip this process. Okay, so an A4 size white sheet will do perfectly fine. If you don't have an A4 size sheet, you can use a smaller size of the sheet. That's also totally fine. Okay, so first you need a white drawing sheet. It could be A4 size, it could be a smaller size than A4 also. Okay, the next material that you need in today's class are these paints. So I'm using these watercolor paints over here. I'm going to use these colors over here. These are watercolor paints, but also note if you don't have watercolor paints, you can use your acrylic colors, you can use your poster colors, any paints that you have. And also if you don't have paints, you can use your crayons also. So anything just for coloring you can use. So you can use paints, watercolor paints, poster colors, you can use acrylic paints also, you can use your crayons, your oil pastels, your wax crayons, plastic crayons. So it's totally fine. It is okay if you don't have paints, you can use your crayons also. Okay. So don't worry if you don't have paints, you can go ahead with your crayons in this class also. Okay, so this was our second material, that is paints. It could also be crayons if you want. Okay, so I'm going to use these paints. Next, if you're using paints, you need a container of water. So only if you're using these paints, any kind of paints, you need a glass of water, a container just to hold water so that we can clean our brushes and everything. If If you're using paints, we need water. Next, we need a brush. So I'm using size 10 brush, a round brush over here. Any number of brush would do. So just a small or a normal paint brush. If you're using paints, you need to have a brush also, right? So just note that if you're using paints, you're also making use of water container and the brushes as well. Okay. Awesome. So the next and the last material that we need are these earbuds. So if you see, I've just tied these earbuds with a rubber band. These are around 5 to 7 earbuds, and I'm just tying it with a rubber band. So you need to have your Q-tips, that is earbuds over here. So now again, if you don't have your earbuds, it's totally fine. You can simply use your fingers and do the activity. So when the time comes, I'll direct all of you all where you can use your fingers instead of using the earbuds. So if you have earbuds, go quickly get them. But if you don't have earbuds, don't worry, we can use our fingers as well. Okay. So these were all the materials that we need in today's class. So now give me a thumbs up if you're all ready with the materials that we need in today's class. I've discussed all the material. We need a paper, we need some paints. If you don't have paints, we can go ahead with colors, crayons, pencil colors, oil pastels, anything. Again, if you're using your paints, you need to have your water container and the brushes also. So just all of these and a bunch of Q-tips or the earbuds. So a bunch of earbuds tied with a rubber band, or if you don't have your earbuds, you can use your fingers as well. Okay, awesome. So I see all the thumbs ups coming in, and I can see all of you all cannot wait for the class to get started. So let's get started with today's class. Okay, awesome. So first, all of you all take your brushes. Everybody who is making use of paint, take your brushes. If you're not using paints, you can use your colors also. So first, you need to dip your brushes into water. Just wet them nicely and add a little bit of water to the brown paint. Okay, so we all know that the trunk of the tree is brown in color, right? So we are just making use of brown paint first, and carefully observe how I draw it. Okay, so we are first going to just draw the trunk of the tree. Okay, so I'm just taking a little bit of brown color and I'm just drawing a trunk of the tree. That is the base of the tree. So normally, how do we just draw these two curved lines for a tree? Similarly, we do that with paint only. Okay. So just take brown color, nicely color it, nicely color the trunk of the tree with brown color. You can take more of your paint if you feel that there's less of the paint in the brush. Okay, leave no white spaces, absolutely no white spaces, and nicely color it. Color the trunk of the tree nice. Add water in your paint if you feel it's dry. Okay, and get started with it. So first, let's just paint this. I'm just coloring the trunk of the tree like we normally do. Yes. So this is the basic trunk of the tree that we draw, right? The basic one that we draw. Okay. So now we'll just add few branches to these. Okay. So carefully observe how I draw some branches to this. I will repeat this process, but first all of you will observe this. Okay. So we just draw these simple branches with the brush only. So you need not have straight lines in this. It's okay if you have shaky lines in these. Simply randomly you just add some branches. Okay. So I'm just taking a little bit of brown color and I'm just adding some branches over here. So first we draw the trunk, then we draw the branches. Yes, so did you see that? I'm quickly repeating this step for you, okay? So first we just draw the trunk and then we take a little bit of brown color and we just add these brown branches. It could be totally random, okay? So you can have those shaky lines over here, it's totally fine. Just add few branches in the trunk. Okay, so I'm just adding few branches here and there, just randomly over here. Okay, so you can also fill up any kind of blank white spaces that you see in the trunk. So I see some blank spaces over here, so I'm just coloring it nicely with the brown color. So if you don't have the same shade of brown color, you can use any other shade of brown color that you have. Okay, so nicely just covering all the blank spaces with the brown color so that our trunk is ready. Okay, awesome. So this is the trunk of the tree that we have drawn. Let's wait for 2 minutes for all of it to dry. Okay, let's just wait for a minute for all the tree paint, the base of the paint, the trunk to dry up so that we can proceed with our next step. Okay, awesome. So let's see who paid the attention in the beginning of the class when I said what happens in the autumn season. So the first question now that I have for all of you is what color of the leaf, what color is the leaf during the autumn season? Is it green color or is it orange, red or yellow color? What color is the leaf during the autumn season? Quickly write your answers in the comment section. I'm waiting. What color are the leaves during the autumn season? Are they green in color or they turn red, yellow, orange? Let's see who gives the correct answer first. Yes, that's correct. All of you have paid attention during this beginning of the class. Now I see all of the correct answers coming in. So I see in the autumn season, the leaves of the tree turn yellow or orange or red. So they just dry up, and because they are all drying up, they try losing their green color. And that's the reason why all of those turn red or green, they turn red or yellow or orange. That's right. Okay, awesome. So let's get started with our next step now. Yes, by now a little bit of your paint must have dried. So let's get started with the next step also. So the next step, all of you will have to carefully observe how I do it. Okay, so let's get started with the next step now. Okay, so again, we have to dip our brushes into the paint, and now this time we are just wetting the red color. So I'm taking this red color over here, and I'm just putting it on the surface. The compass that I have of the watercolor, I'm just putting it on the surface. If you don't have this surface, you can use a normal plate that you have in your home, or you can use a paper plate or anything. So nicely just taking a good amount of paint on the surface. You can add water in the paint if you feel it's dry. And then you all have to take your earbuds. You have to dip those earbuds into paint. And then you have to start stamping. Now, if you see this is very light. Yes, do you see this is very light in shade? So all of you have to make sure that you take a good amount of color in your palette or your plates or the surface. Okay, so now all of you, we don't need this result, we need a darker shade. So we will take more red paint in our palette. So I'm taking a little bit of more red paint. Take a generous good amount of red paint in the palette. But if you're not using paints, you can use your red crayons and you can start drawing small dots and circles over the tree, over the trunk of the tree. Okay, so I've taken good amount of red color, and now we just dip the bunch of Q-tips in the paint and we just start stamping it. So just start stamping it around the trunk and the branches nicely so that you have a good amount of color in your Q-tips. Okay, so keep dipping it in the color if you feel the color is very light. So nicely take good amount of color in the Q-tips and start dipping it. start stamping it around. Start stamping around the tree, the trunk of the tree and the branches, nice and fresh. So you see, I'm just putting these stamps at all the white spaces. So just a small surface of red dots, red stamps that we have made with the earbuds. And quickly let's repeat the step also. Okay, so I've just taken good amount of red color over here. I dip my earbuds into the paint and then I just start stamping the earbuds around the branch of the tree. So these are nothing but we are just making stamps using the earbuds, and these are the leaves of the tree. So we all know that leaves turn orange, red and yellow. So we are just making these leaves with the help of earbuds. If you don't have earbuds, you can quickly dip your fingers into the paint and you can start making small dots with your hands, with your fingers only. And if you're not using paints, you can use your crayons and you can start making small dots all over the around the branches. Okay. So first we did the same with red color. And if you see any kind of gaps, just fill it nicely. Okay. Awesome. So now let's make use of another color. We use the same technique of dipping our earbuds into the paint and stamping it around the branches. But this time we make use of another color. Okay. So first time we made use of red color. If you don't have red color, it's totally fine. Don't worry. You can use your orange color or yellow color also. Okay. So now for the second step, we'll make use of a yellow color. So we all need to take good amount, a large amount of yellow color into the palette or the plate or the surface. Add good amount of yellow color. I'm just taking a lot of yellow color in my palette over here so that we have dark color of leaves. So taking good amount of yellow color in my palette. You can keep adding water in your paint if you feel it's dry, okay? Okay, so I'm just taking lots of yellow color into the surface. Awesome. So this looks perfect to me now. And then let's get started with the same process. So now we will use the other side of the earbuds. Okay. So first the red part of it is already being used. So we'll use the other side of the earbuds this time. Okay. So just turn around and now using the same technique, just dip your earbuds into the paint and we do the simple step of stamping it. Stamp these earbuds with the paint around the red color nicely. This is such a fun process, isn't it? Nicely dipping your earbuds into the paint, nice yellow paint, and then just going around the red color. So you see there are red leaves, now there are yellow leaves coming up also. So nicely if you see any kind of blank spaces, you can just go and fill it. I'm just taking a little bit of more yellow color into the palette. And then I'll quickly finish this color scheme also. Okay. So you all have to do this procedure with yellow color also. So dipping the earbuds into the paint, now stamping it again, around the yellow, around the red. Okay, so do you see how I'm stamping it around the branches? It's okay if the earbuds are landing on top of the branches also. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, so I've just done this around the red color and little bit in between the red color also. Okay, so first we did the procedure with red color, second we did the procedure with yellow color. So if you don't have paint again, you can use your yellow crayons or yellow pencil colors or your oil pastels and start making small dots with yellow color around the red dots that you have made in the previous step. Okay. And if you don't have your earbuds, you can just dip your fingers into the paint and you can just start printing your fingers around it, so that again you have these small circles around the tree of the trunk of the tree. Okay. So first we did it with some red color, now we're doing it with a yellow color. And the final one that we have over here now is we'll make use of orange color. Okay, so I'm just taking a little bit of water. I'm just wetting the paint nice and fresh with orange color, taking lots of orange color in my palette now. Okay, so take lots of orange color in your palette now. Okay, let's take more of it. We don't need the leaves to be very light in shade, right? So take good generous amount of paints. Okay, let's take a little bit more of the paint. And then we'll all get started with the same step. So now again, you can just dip your earbuds. Now there's no need to change your earbuds now. You can either use the yellow side or you can use the red side. This time it's totally fine if you use any of the sides. Okay, so dip the earbuds, the bunch of the earbuds into the orange paint now, and then just start putting the strands around the yellow color this time. Okay, so nicely putting these stamps around the yellow color. Keep dipping it into the paint again if you feel it's very light in color. Take good amount of paint if you feel you need more of a paint. And just start stamping the earbuds around the yellow color and the red color. Okay. Just randomly we are making these leaves with the help of earbuds. So did you see how creative we can get with our home tools? We can also make use of earbuds. We can also make use of our fingers to paint. So we need not necessarily use brushes always into our painting. We can also make use of our fingers. We can use earbuds. So any kind of home tools that we have, we can make use of those in our paintings. Okay. So I'm taking a little bit of more orange color and I'm quickly stamping the earbuds around the yellow paint also. So you see how beautiful this tree looks now? Did you see how beautiful this tree looks now? So we have a nice trunk, we have few branches to it, and then we made these leaves with the help of earbuds. So there are yellow leaves, there are orange leaves, there are also red leaves. Yes, so since in autumn season, all of the leaves turn yellow, orange, and red. They lose their color, they dry up. We have just painted a beautiful tree, an autumn tree over here. So let's keep aside all the paints and the water container and see how our painting looks. Yes, so did you see that? That's an awesome autumn tree. This is the trunk, we have some branches and some leaves also. So isn't that awesome? Yes. Okay. So this was our class for today. This was our painting for today. We painted a beautiful autumn tree in this class. We just made use of earbuds as a simple tool for painting. So we use your earbuds. Some of you even made use of your fingers to paint this. Yes? Okay. So on that note, yes. So that was our class for today. So we made a beautiful tree and all my creative kids are showing me their paintings and all of them are so beautiful. I'm very happy to see all of your creations. As I said, you all are so creative. Yes. Okay, so that was our autumn class for today. And again, as I keep saying time and again, you all have to make your submissions. So now I see a lot of you showing your paintings to me. All of you who are showing your paintings to me, you all have to make your submissions. So now, as this class completes, you all have to click a good picture of the painting and yours with a beautiful smile, and you all have to make your submissions. So once this class is complete, I'm quickly going to go and see all of your submissions also. So just make sure that you're making all of your submissions on time. Okay? Yes. So if you all make your submissions on time, I promise that I will come back with a beautiful class next time, a very fun activity also in the next class. So quickly give me a final thumbs up if you're going to make your submissions. I'll give you 10 seconds this time. Quickly give me a thumbs up if you're going to make your submissions. And that too on time after this class completes. Yes. Awesome. I see so many thumbs ups coming in and I'm all waiting for your submissions, okay? I'm waiting for your submissions, and if you give me good, all of you, if you make your submissions, I promise that I'll come up with a very interesting class in the next class, a very interesting activity in the next class. Yes. Awesome. So that was our class for today. I hope you all enjoyed the class, and please do make your submissions and you invite your friends to enjoy all the activities on YOLO. Okay, so keep enjoying all the activities on YOLO and keep making your submissions on time. And I will meet you in the next class. Okay, yes, awesome. So, all of you take good care of yourself, and I will meet you in the next class. Okay, 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 great. Okay, students, bye. Take care.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at YOLO. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.yolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app